Hello, this is Mr. Chabry, and I wanted to do a video on the Pokedex 3D Pro. So, this is an application you can find on the 3DS eShop. Um, it's probably still there, actually. They released this back around the time of Black and White. This is a really cool application. I used to check it out all the time. And what we're going to do is, basically just take a look at it, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about this application as we do. So let's hear its little jingle, and we will jump right in. So yeah, basically what this does is it lets you see the Pokemon in 3D. And this was really amazing, right? Because this came out before X and Y. So this is like the first time you get to see the Pokemon in 3D on the 3DS. And I'll even adjust the slider where you can see it does have the 3D effect. So that's really cool. If you hit A, you can see an animation too. So, I mean, you can't see it in 3D on the camera, but you can see it in 3D, and that's really nice. I'll show it again without the 3D on, so you can actually make out a little bit better. But it basically gives you some information about the Pokemon. On the top, you see its name, its classification, and you've got its national Pokedex number on the bottom. The genders that you can find it in. Genesect here is a legendary, so it has no gender. It also gives you its typing, bug and still. And on the bottom screen, I'll pull it up here, you've got some more information. Basically, it's the Pokemon's stats in relation to other Pokemon. I think what would have made this application better if they actually use, the base stat numbers. But this is pretty nice, This is a thing that they do a lot with the official Pokemon information. They'll just do, their stats in bars. Here you've got its height, its weight. You've got a little QR code if you want to, see that Pokemon in the AR viewer, which we're going to check out later. And on the bottom, you got its egg group and its Pokedex reading. Here you've got like animation, its cry, and you can pause it in mid-animation to get like a cool pose. So as you see up here, I've paused it right before it fires its lasers. And when you hit play, it'll finish the animation. And like I said, this was before X and Y came out, so Genesect is actually the last Pokemon in the Pokedex. What we can do is scroll through here and just pick a random Pokemon. Yeah, I'm going to see Typhlosion. That's what we're going to do. So yeah, this is a really amazing thing. You can see your Pokemon in 3D and get some information about them. And I used to just scroll through this, and just read their Pokedex entries and just see them in 3D, which was an amazing experience. And this was actually, if you remember in X and Y, they've actually updated a lot of the Pokemon cries. But this does give you the original Pokemon cries. So, for example, instead of having the Pikachu cry as it is now, you have the original electronic-sounding Pikachu cry, which is pretty cool. And the same thing with Raichu. You have the hard-to-listen-to cry of Raichu. But that's not all that this has. It's not just a Pokedex. On the main screen, this is actually the main menu. What it does when you go in is it puts it on the last Pokemon that you were viewing. But here, you have a move dex that you can check out. And what this does is it gives you information about specific Pokemon moves. So here we're looking at Copycat. It's in alphabetical order. So you just scroll through there, find a certain move that you really like. Say you're wanting to try out Crab Hammer. Here you can see 90 power, 90 accuracy. You have a little description of the move. You have it's a physical attack right here. Its range is normal. This is a thing that's not really a thing anymore. If you remember back in Black and White, that was where triple battles were introduced. And with that, you've got some moves that can hit the Pokemon on the far side of the field. So all these ranges are normal, which means they're going to just work like a normal, a move where you hit a Pokemon next to you. Down here, you see the moves, the Pokemon that learn said move, and you also see the effect. So that basically gives you a boiled down effect. If you don't want to have to try to, read the entirety of the description, it just gives you the quick effect. I know Dragon Pulse, if I can find it. If I Dragon Dance, Dragon Pulse. I feel like that range is not okay. So right here, double team is a self move. So you use it on yourself. And actually, Surf. Let's find Surf. I know Surf is a double target move. So what we're going to do is just find Surf. So I can show you the other adjacent. So there you're going to hit all the Pokemon around you. But yeah, this is pretty useful. It's probably more useful back in, for triple battles, that information, the range. But that's really it. Down here, we've got records and albums. And what that does is it just tells you the Pokemon that you've actually read. And, so the red little, what looks like a list icon means that I've read that Pokedex entry. So as you can see, I've read every single Pokemon on this Pokedex. Found is if you use the AR code and look at it within your room or something, it'll count towards found that you've actually used the AR code to see the Pokemon. Remembered is for the quizzes that this game has. So yeah, with this game you have quizzes that you can do and actually try to better yourself in Pokemon trivia. Here we have albums, and you can see specific Pokemon pictures that I've taken. Here's one with Typhlosion. What you do is you pull up the QR code and you can see the Pokemon in 3D. And some of these, I guess, I've lost. Here we have Chikorita. And then here we actually have Jessie with Chikorita. Chikorita is her favorite Pokemon. I just don't know what happened to the other pictures that was on here. Yeah, that right there is that. This right here is the AR viewer. I'm not going to actually do it because I don't have a QR code handy to actually do the said thing. So this is just going to be, me just showing this off. Here you have like different things you can do. When you have the actual Pokemon in the AR, you can actually arrange them based on different stats. You can actually make them, just check their different types. And I guess this is like where you throw an attack at them, or maybe. It's been so long. That's pretty cool. But also we have the Pokemon Challenge, and that gives you a trivia. I haven't really messed around a lot with the Pokemon Challenge. As you can see, I've done a few of them, but then there's a lot of them that I have not touched because they're locked, and you have to do the previous one, which is Evolutions. So I could probably do one real quick. What's the quickest one, it seems like? Best time, 16 seconds. Well, is that 16? Yeah, that's 16 seconds. So this should be pretty quick. So which Pokemon, what is this Pokemon's name? That is Remoraid. Yeah, so you just click on the bottom what your answer is, and up here you can see what's that Pokemon's name. It is Snubble. And you actually see the Pokedex entry with in between, things, so you can learn more about the said Pokemon. And that up there is a Miltank, of course. That up there is Girafarig, Togepi, Piloswine. Oh, Swinub, I meant. Oh, gosh. That's embarrassing. I clicked the wrong one in front of you guys. But anyway, that's basically it. You just do little quizzes and stuff. And you can learn more about specific Pokemon that way. So if you guys want to check this app out, I think it still is on the 3DS as the time of me posting this video. I have no idea how long it's going to be there because I think, of course, eventually they're going to take it down, the 3DS eShop. They did that with the Wii shop. I don't know if it's around the corner or not because, it seems like the 3DS is still pretty popular. It's nowhere as near popular as it once was. with the introduction of the Switch. But it's still an amazing application that you should check out if you haven't. It doesn't have a newer Pokemon, but it is still a cool capsule in time. If you like this, give it a thumbs up, subscribe. I will see you in the next Pokemon video.